What up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Funboxing with Will. I am your host, Will, with H2O Co. Film and Photo, and today we're going to be doing an EDC review of a newer knife that I picked up for my collection, the Big Banter by Ben Peterson. Now, I do have all three of his Banter knives, and I will be doing individual reviews for each and a comparison video, but today we're just going to stick to the hard brass tacks of the Big Banter. So let's get into that review, guys.
Christmas is coming. Start sending your letters off to Santa.
Alrighty, everybody. Now, before we get into the review of the Big Banter, I'd just like to, as always, thank anybody who stopped in to check this video out, or if you subscribe to the channel. If you like EDC reviews or tech reviews, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button, and turn on those bell notifications to get notified when I put out new content. I try to put out a video at least once every week or 2 weeks. And other than that, we're going to get over to the top-down setup to check out this Big Banter. Let's go. Alrighty, everybody, and now we can take a closer look, since we're over here at this top-down setup, at this offering from the Big Banter. This is a knife that is made by Ben Peterson. He has developed 3 knives in the series of the Banter, and unfortunately, I own all 3 of them. I have the Banter and then the Civivi Baby Banter as well. Civivi, for those of you who don't know, it's a parent company situation, basically, with where they offer more premium materials in their knives, but they own Civivi. So they're both the same company, and they just have different, one's a budget brand, one is a more premium brand, being the more premium brand. So coming in with this piece here, it's pretty neat. I've liked to watch the evolution of the knives since they've come out. I believe that Ben Peterson initially released the Banter, and then he came out with the Baby Banter. I will be doing reviews on all 3 and a comparison video between the 3 of them. But for now, we're just going to stick to the brass tacks info on the Big Banter today. So here we are. We're coming in with a closed length of 4.6 inches closed. This is what I would consider a large knife, definitely a medium to large size knife. Full length open is going to be, overall length is going to be 8.3 inches on there, with a cutting edge of exactly 3 inches as far as I can tell. It's going to be a little bit on the heavier side, seeing as it is a steel linered knife with G10 scales. It comes with titanium thumb studs and a reversible deep carry pocket clip. One thing that I really do like about the pocket clip is there are no, all the screws are recessed. There's no screws sticking up above the plate right there, or the scale right there. So it's not gonna cause any issues when you're sliding it in and out of your pocket. It's been a pretty good profile in the pocket, and for a large glove hand, it's got a great grip. You got good ergos on this knife. You can reach forward with this generous finger choil there, or pull back on it. And like I said, I have a large glove hand, and I can get a full 4-finger purchase on this with no problem. And then I can choke up on it too. So that's a pretty good size knife there. They also give you a sharpening choil along with the finger choil, which is something you don't see a lot of companies doing. I did watch a video with Ben Peterson where he explained the reasoning behind that was just basically he had been talking to customers and seeing what they'd like to see in a knife, and they said, why not put both on there? So he did. The blade comes in 20 CV, and I believe I paid $149 plus tax for this knife. I'll put a link in the description for anybody who wants to go check it out. The 20 CV blade is pretty good as far as geometry goes, and the grind was pretty good. has a tendency to do pretty good on their edges when you get them. I always like to fix them up, personalize them on my Precision Adjust Pro system, but it wasn't bad for coming from the factory edge. I want to say this is closer to a 4.5, 5 ounce knife, so we're going to go ahead and check that out real quick.
And let's see what we're in weight-wise. Yeah, 4.43, 4.23 ounces. So it is a heavier kind of a knife. Not something I would suggest carrying in like a pair of gym shorts or something like that. If you wanted to do that, I would definitely go with either the Banter or the Baby Banter. This is going to be more of a heavy-duty knife for that. It does ride on bearings, which, you know, I'm fine with bearings. I don't mind bearings. Sometimes, depending on how hard use the knife is, I'd prefer phosphor bronze, of course, because there's less chance of debris and things getting in there and jamming up the bearing systems. But for most carries and most day-to-day tasks, I think it's perfectly fine. Great suited for a knife like this. And then we're going to do some size comparisons real quick before we get into blade stock thickness. So here it is next to the Ontario Rat Model 2. So you can definitely tell it's much larger than the Rat. Here it is next to the Mannix 2. For some size reference. Here it is next to the Rick Hinderer XM18, and then here it is next to the 8020.5 by Andrew Dempko. So, like I said, overall, I think it's safe to say that this is a pretty full-size knife here. No misconceptions about that. We're gonna go ahead and check out the blade stock thickness now. Blade stock thickness, it has been a fairly slicey blade for me that I've noticed. I've been carrying it for about a week and I've used it here and there. It has been fairly slicey. I do like the way the blade geometry is set up, so we're going to come in behind the edge here with 350 thousandths of an inch behind the edge, which is not bad. That's definitely in that slicey range for what I would consider sliciness. And then your blade stock thickness is going to be 0.1270 on that. So they definitely did a good job over there. I like the way WE constructs their knives there. I like the jobs that they do. I've owned a couple WE knives and all of them have been pretty good. The quality control seems to be really well done over there. And I like the minimal marketing that they do with just the pivot right there. They just put their logo in the pivot. Other than that, they generally keep branding off the knife blade. On the Banter series, I noticed that there is this logo here on all three of them, but that's like the extent of the marketing that they do. So in my book, that's awesome. It's been a basic all-around good carry, and I want to say that this is something that you would want to give somebody who's not a knife guy or a girl, just not a knife person, to get them into like their first knife. Because for somebody who's not into knives, this is a basic user that has everything that you'd want in a knife, basically. It's got a very good detent. The detent is very quick, snappy action. It's fall shut on the blade. It's a liner lock, which most people are used to, so it's not going to confuse anybody there. I prefer, personally, to not have a locking mechanism where my fingers have to be in front of the blade path. But, you know, for what it is, it's a great build. It's a great knife, and I like it a lot. So that's about it for today's review, guys. It's just the bare basics, but we're going to get back over to the tabletop setup so we can finish up this video today.
Alrighty guys, well that's it for the review today. Like I said earlier, if you found any of this information at all informative, or if you like EDC reviews or tech reviews, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button and turn on those bell notifications to get notified when I put out new content. Other than that, that's it for today's review, guys. Thanks for checking out the Big Banter with me, and until next time, stay safe, stay smart, and above all, stay sharp, my friends. We need more of that in this world. Have a great night.